Not just drugs, but auto thefts, extortion, and assaults are the stock in trade of San Francisco's Asian street gangs. Police say the gangs are growing, and they are engaging in ever more serious crimes. Asian Affairs reporter Vic Lee has this story.
Last month, a brawl between two groups of Chinese teenagers led to the shooting at a Vietnamese restaurant. Last week, a Chinese teenager was shot to death in a dispute over stolen motorcycle parts. In the last year, there has been an increase of violence in San Francisco involving young Asians. Many of them are members of emerging youth gangs. The two biggest and best organized Chinese youth gangs are called the Asian Invasion and the Locomotion, two gangs that are battling for turf here in the Richmond district. Tom Fields is a longtime Richmond resident. He heads a neighborhood group asking for more police protection.
We had a murder half a block down from me in a schoolyard recently, and that happened at 8 p.m. at night, and apparently there were a lot of stray bullets flying around. And I looked out my window, and there was an officer looking under vehicles for a weapon.
Bok Pan, another resident, says the gang problem has been exaggerated. Pan heads the American Chinese Association.
Some of the neighborhood people misunderstood, and they look at Chinese youth and they jump to the conclusion that they are gangs. But I'm sure there is one or two bad apples in every barrel.
Recent statistics show the Richmond is still the safest district in the city. But in the last 4 months, there have been 5 drive-by shootings in the avenues. Police attribute some of them to the gangs. Vic Lee, News Center 4.
In a sweep of 13 states today, authorities arrested more than 100 Jamaican gang members, including some here in California. Officials say they're trying to cripple Jamaican drug rings tied to at least 600 murders. The drug traffickers are also believed to be responsible for 60 to 70% of the crack cocaine in the United States. One official referred to the gangs as this country's most violent organized criminals. 5 of the arrests today were in Southern California. Other big pickups happened in Dallas, New York, and in Miami.
Require 2 guards. And why wasn't Castrejón searched? After the killing, when he was searched, guards discovered a razor blade and, amazingly, a key to the handcuffs.
It could raise questions of the quality of search, and it could also raise questions as to the quality of supervision while on the tier.
Black inmates have a theory.
If the administration, staff, would have you jump on one inmate unjustifiably, well, they got to come and get it, jump on everybody down the road. Such unity, such concerted efforts on the part of inmates against staff, the administration don't like. So in that context, they figure, well, we have to show these individuals that they're not indestructible.
There's one other thing that makes black inmates think Montgomery was set up. Even though Castrejón killed Montgomery in front of a dozen guards and witnesses, the prison so badly bungled the case, Castrejón has never been charged with the crime. From San Quentin, I'm Ginger Rutland, News Center 4.
I'm Kevin McCullough in Washington. A panel of former youth gang members today painted for Congress a bleak and desperate picture of gang life.
Where I come from, most of the gang members do the selling of drugs to get weapons. The weapons we use are automatic rifles, machine guns, Uzis. A couple of my friends have grenades.
I talk to gang members and say, hey, we're going up to Vegas this weekend and make me some money. You know, he can't make the same money on his rock in LA that he can make in Vegas. So he goes to Vegas for 3 or 4 days, comes back with bank. I mean, we're talking $10,000 coming back.
Plus the jobs, I mean, be honest with you, $3.35, something like that minimum wage? You can't really do that. You work, there's places like Burger King and stuff, make you work hard. I mean, you know, you want a little bit more money than that. Now things, of course, is more expensive nowadays, so of course you will sell some drugs to get some extra money.
Professionals who try to help the gang members were uniformly pessimistic about the future.
You know, I've been studying youth violence for a long time. I hate to tell you how long, but it's really over 20 years. But I would have to tell you that in all candor, I've never been more worried, more troubled than I am today about what I'm seeing out there.
At the end of the hearing, committee members sounded disheartened too. Chairman George Miller of Contra Costa County isn't proposing any new bills to help, just concentrating on fighting budget cuts on existing programs. In Washington, Kevin McCullough, News Center 4.
This is Bob Serkin in Sacramento at headquarters of the Western States Information Network, trying to wage a high-tech war on drugs and the gangs which deal them. This is a federally funded clearinghouse for narcotics intelligence, gathered and traded by the Justice Departments of California, Oregon, Alaska, Hawaii, and Washington. The computers here are spitting out information on 75,000 known drug smugglers, traffickers, and money launderers. At least a quarter of them members of the Crips and the Bloods, rival LA gangs shooting it out for control of rock cocaine markets from Honolulu to Anchorage.
We're in trouble.
Don Myers, director of Western States Info Network, cites a recent Hawaii case as an example of the drug gang's boldness.
We're seeing more violence. For example, we know of a case where a police officer who made an arrest on what we believe to be a Crip associate, or a Crip, was later assassinated.
Sacramento has become one of the latest hotbeds for LA drug gang dealing and violence. In South Sacramento last year, 15 gang-related murders. The Crips and the Bloods are now buying their cocaine cheap and direct from major Colombian suppliers, then reselling it for 400% profits. Intelligence analyst Phil Steed.
The various members of the LA street gangs know some of the Colombians well enough to go in and buy the cocaine in bulk from them.
Despite their high-tech approach, agencies like the Western States Information Network are barely making a dent in the LA drug gang's thriving business. Not only that, but new federal budget cutbacks, especially affecting the Coast Guard's drug interdiction program, are enabling the Colombians and the LA gangs to remain one step ahead of the law. Bob Serkin, News Center 4, Sacramento.
Another escapee from San Francisco's Youth Guidance Center has been captured. Police arrested 17-year-old Lawrence Worthy last night near Golden Gate Park. Worthy faces narcotics charges in San Francisco and in Texas. He was one of 11 dangerous juveniles who escaped from the center last Friday using a stolen key. 4 of them are still at large and considered dangerous.
The California Youth Authority reports the number of juveniles jailed in this state has skyrocketed in the past decade. At the end of last year, more than 17,000 juveniles were incarcerated in California. Currently, there are more than 1,400 juveniles behind bars in the Bay Area, 109 of them in Juvenile Hall in San Francisco, 178 in the San Mateo County Juvenile Hall or Detention Camp, 187 in Contra Costa County's Hall or Ranch. There are 387 juveniles incarcerated in Santa Clara County. And in Alameda County, 331 juveniles are either in Juvenile Hall or the Los Cerros Boys Ranch. Well, the ranch is an alternative. It's a place where some young people are sent in hopes of keeping them out of prison and returning them to the streets as productive citizens. As Channel 7's Willie Monroe reports, those who run the program say it is just what some kids need.
It took 18-year-old Mark Tatman 6 months at the Los Cerros Boys Ranch to earn the privilege of a home visit pass. He's looking forward to seeing his family this weekend.
I think if I don't go home and see him, then I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably go crazy.
The visits mean a lot to him because family is important.
To me, without it, you're nobody. You got to have some type, whether it's your cousin, your auntie, your father, your mother, don't matter. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some type of support from somebody, a friend or somebody.
Juvenile judges who sentenced youthful offenders to this 100-bed facility have already determined that despite their serious crimes, they can return to their communities. The average stay is less than a year. It is the last stop before the California Youth Authority, the state's prison for young people.